Alright, hello everyone who's watching. My name is Josh Wallace, but you probably know me better by Lax Knight. And today I want to talk about something that means a lot to me. Okay, maybe not. Something that I think is important. So, on the screen right now is a picture of an Autarch that I just finished painting yesterday. Now, for those of you who don't know what an Autarch is, in 140,000, an Autarch is pretty much the Eldar's version of a Space Marine captain or chapter master. These guys are awesome, in the lore anyway, because Eldar go down these different paths, and when they go down a path that are completely dedicated to it, like, say, Path of the Warrior, and then they keep doing it until they either get lost on it or they decide to do something else when they believe they're good enough to do something else. So why Autarchs are so special is because they've taken multiple paths of the warrior. Like, take this one for example. You can tell. Oh, hold on. You can tell that she used to go down the path of the Howling Banshee, or Path of the Warrior Howling Banshee aspect, because she's wearing a Howling Banshee mask, has a power sword, but she was also a Fire Dragon because of the fusion gun, and also a Swooping Hawk because of the wings. So basically they've been multiple warriors, and somehow, after mastering all these paths, this is extremely hard, by the way, because Eldar get obsessed really fast. So somehow, after mastering all these paths, they decide to go down the path of command, which pretty much makes them like the leader of pretty much an army, because they have the insight from going down all these paths to effectively lead all the different aspects and warriors. And because if you've been fighting for that long, you gotta be pretty darn smart. So, you're probably wondering, okay, that sounds pretty cool. Why does this matter? Like, why you're talking about something bad? Why are you bringing this up? So, I just finished painting this Autarch yesterday because I wanted to get them done for when I got my Craftworlds Codex. It was supposed to show up today, but I was lucky enough that it showed up yesterday. So I was super excited, and I got the Codex, but I wasn't done painting her yet, so I painted her up real fast and opened it up. Started reading the Codex, and there are some pretty awesome things in it, not gonna lie. All the stratagems are pretty legit, pretty awesome. The Fire Prism got a buff. There's some things that I was disappointed in. The Howling Banshees don't get to go first anymore in a melee. That's kind of sad, unless Jane Czar's there. But there's one thing that really, really, really set me off. Made me really angry. I was furious. So, how the Autarch was before in the Index, which was late released in like June, July, and then in the 7th edition Codex, is that what you can do with an Autarch is you can pretty much kit them out to have different weapons from all the different aspects. So like here's this one right here, and then I have another one. Here's another Autarch that I'm starting to paint, or I was starting to paint. It's kind of hard to tell because it's only primed right now, but he's got a Reaper launcher, a power sword, and Mandy blasters, along with a warp jump generator on his back. So you can pretty much pick any two weapons from any of the aspects. Like you can get a fusion gun from the Fire Dragons or the Avengers Shuriken catapult. And then you can either have the warp jump generator or the swooping hawk wings. And then you can either have the Mandy blasters or the Banshee mask. And then you can either give them a shuriken pistol or a fusion pistol. Sounds pretty awesome. Lots of different options to take so you can kit them out how you want. He was pretty fun. He killed some Chaos Champion. That was pretty good. My other Autarch, before she was painted, she was harassing a tank, and it was just hilarious because she would jump in the air and zip around and shoot him with her fusion blaster. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, so okay, these were the rules they had in 7th edition and then in the Index. And they also allow you to reroll ones for anyone 6 inches around them, which is pretty awesome. So, as you can imagine, so listen to the story real quick. I just finished painting this Autarch that I was specifically painting as like a little celebration for when I got my codex, and I read the codex and find out that I can't play her. I can't play her. That hurt. Yeah. Just painting her specifically to celebrate the codex coming, and I can't play her. And because there's only 2 options that you can take for an Autarch in the codex. The first option is right here. Is just an Autarch. You can see, I'll do this little thing here. You get a power sword here, Mandy blasters, swooping hawk wings, and fusion pistol. And then there's another profile for, is this labeled Autarch? But the only thing I can find on the GW website that sells anything like the stats, I'll try to pull it up real quick in my codex. So it's just labeled Autarch, and the only 2 weapons they have is a Star Glaive and a plasma grenade. So the only 2 things, the only model I can find that's anywhere close to that is Prince Uriel. So pretty much this Autarch is just a cheaper knockoff Prince Uriel. And what you see is what you get. You don't have any other options. I can't take, like, I can't like replace this with a fusion gun or anything like that. I can only play this or this. Just those two. Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous lore-wise, because they should be able to take whatever weapon they want for whatever paths they've been down. And it's ridiculous just in the game because they're supposed to be the most versatile Eldar in the freaking Codex, because they've mastered all these different paths. So that's supposed to make them super versatile. But now we only can take this guy or a knockoff of this guy. Now I remember reading somewhere a comment that the reason why GW did this was because they don't sell her, they don't sell her or him anymore, and so they don't want to put something in the Codex that they don't sell anymore. Now this is ridiculous for several reasons. So first thing I'm going to bring up is what I think like the main reason why this is dumb is because the Bone Singer. So what does the Bone Singer have to do with Autarchs? They're nothing alike. Well, what GW did either the same day or the same week that the pre-orders went out for the new Craftworlds Codex is that they released a whole bunch of made to order models. So you get a whole bunch of, you only had 2 weeks to buy these, and they don't sell them anymore. And something I thought was pretty cool that GW did is that they gave a profile, a data sheet to the Bone Singer, who hasn't been made in several editions and was only going to be available for these 2 weeks. So, and they made a data sheet for them. They made a data sheet for these guys that no new player is going to have. And it's free, by the way. The data sheet's free. You can look it up now. But no new guy's going to have this unless they bought him for those 2 weeks he was available. And then I don't have a picture of it here, but there were this Autarch, here, the one I just painted, was also available in that set of made-to-order models, but she's not in the Codex, nor does she have a data sheet. She just doesn't exist except in the index according to GW, which is a load of crap. It's a load of crap, guys. It's so dumb. And like, granted, I haven't seen this model being sold in the GW store for a while, at least a few years. I only managed to buy her because I found her in a shop. But this guy here, they were selling this guy not even less than a year ago. Like, they stopped selling him right around the time 8th edition came out. So there's just no excuse there's no excuse that the only two Autarchs I can play is freaking this guy and this guy. I should be able to, like, kit bash at least other weapons, extra weapons I have, to make a really awesome Autarch, but no, I can only use this guy or the other guy. And granted, this guy isn't too terrible, but the other guy, he literally only has his freaking power glaive and a grenade. That's it. He's useless. Or next to useless, I should say. It's just ridiculous. So, what I'm going to ask is, please, GW, give us back the old Autarchs, the old Autarch rules. Because I shouldn't have to play just this guy in order to play an Autarch. I should be able to give him a fusion gun or a freaking Reaper launcher, like back in because this guy is supposed to be the most versatile unit in the Eldar Codex, and he has zero options now. Please, GW, please fix this somehow, either like in an FAQ or in a, like, release the data sheets like you did with the Bone Singer. Something. Please fix this, because I want to be able to play this Autarch again, and it's just a crime that you can't do that anymore. I'm sorry. It's a crime. Injustice. So, please, GW, fix this. Please, Games Workshop, make the Autarch great again. This is Lax Knight, or Josh Wallace, and I'll see you guys later.